man has appeared in a US federal court accused of plotting at least 20 Iran-linked terror attacks across Europe and Canada, a number that the Department of Justice later revised downward to 18, a discrepancy that has not been formally addressed. The accused is an Iraqi national who was charged under statutes requiring prosecutors to demonstrate coordinated intent across multiple jurisdictions simultaneously. The targets spanned 6 countries. The relevant authorities in 4 of those countries were notified after the arrest. Sir Benjamin Slade, a television personality known for advertising on national broadcast television for a, quote, castle-trained wife, has lost a High Court challenge against his former spouse over a £1.2 million divorce settlement he described as disproportionate. Sir Benjamin owns a castle. The court reviewed documentation, heard testimony from both parties, and assessed Sir Benjamin's claim that the settlement exceeded reasonable provision. The judge disagreed. Sir Benjamin had, at the time of the appeal, already appeared on 3 separate television programs discussing his search for a replacement wife. An American social media influencer has admitted assaulting a woman at a London Underground station, an incident that was filmed, uploaded, and circulated to an audience larger than most British television programmes before the influencer had left the country. The influencer had travelled to London to produce content. The assault was captured on the influencer's own equipment. The resulting footage performed well. We have not yet reached the story involving a castle floor. Instagram's artificial intelligence chatbot was manipulated by third parties to surrender account access credentials belonging to other users. A security failure that the platform's parent company confirmed. While describing the incident as limited in scope, the chatbot was designed, tested, and deployed specifically to assist users with account security queries. Several high-profile accounts were subsequently hijacked by individuals who had used the chatbot to request access to those accounts. Meta has described the situation as being under review. Michigan introduced a policy requiring parents seeking vaccine exemptions for their children to attend an in-person education session with a public health official before the exemption would be granted. The policy worked. Exemption rates fell measurably over the following decade. The state then modified the program in ways that made the in-person component optional following administrative pressure. Exemption rates recovered. The original program has been described by officials as a model for other states. It does not improve from here. Sabrina Carpenter, the American recording artist, has been granted a restraining order against a man who attended her private residence on multiple occasions without invitation. Los Angeles police documented the incidents. The restraining order was granted. The man, who had on at least one occasion made it past the outer perimeter of the property, will be required by court order to remain no closer than 100 yards from the singer at all times. A compliance monitoring mechanism has not been described in court filings. A far-right Colombian lawyer named Abelardo de la Espriella, who has publicly expressed admiration for Donald Trump, won the first round of Colombia's presidential election, defeating candidates from parties that had held power in the country for the better part of 6 decades. De la Espriella ran on a platform that political analysts described as unprecedented in tone for mainstream Colombian electoral politics. He will face left-wing Senator Ivan Cepeda in a runoff. Commentators have noted that very few people had heard of De la Espriella 18 months ago. This remains factually accurate. A cache of wine bottles hidden beneath the floor of a European castle by a family suspected of Nazi sympathies has been recovered after remaining undiscovered for approximately 80 years. The family concealed the wine before fleeing across the border at the end of the Second World War. The castle changed hands multiple times in the intervening decades. Renovation work on the cellar floor revealed the collection, which experts have described as largely intact. Provenance assessments are underway. The family has not been located. Henry Nowak, a student who was subsequently found to have been murdered, told police officers, quote, "I cannot breathe while being held in handcuffs by those officers." An independent investigation into why officers applied restraints to a dying man is ongoing. The investigation is expected to conclude within a time frame that has not been publicly specified. The officers involved remain in their posts pending the outcome. The investigation has been described by the body conducting it as thorough. A quantity of wine hidden by suspected Nazi sympathisers has been assessed as historically significant, which brings this week to its natural conclusion. Except that the television aristocrat who lost his divorce case has this week also announced a new round of wife-seeking interviews that he intends to conduct from within the castle, and that applicants should write in. He received over 200 letters the last time. His solicitors have confirmed the divorce is final. He has confirmed he is optimistic. That is the week. New episode every Sunday. Sleep well.